Yeah, here. Alright, so hi guys, this is my friend Tom. Today I'm going to show how to deal with some hooks, or like haymakers for a street fight. A lot of times people throw them wide, or even if they're tight like a boxer hook. Different ways that in Filipino martial arts, Filipino boxing, that you deal with them. A lot of them have to do with stuffing, right? You kind of want to damage the guy's arm as you're blocking at the same time. And you also don't want to absorb too much of the impact. They also have defenses that acknowledge if the guy might have a knife in his hand or some kind of weapon, right? Because a hook could also mean that the guy has a knife and is stabbing you, or a bottle and is hitting you. Okay, so for the first one, he's going to throw the hook. And what I'm going to do is, typically for a hook or a haymaker, you're kind of at a far range. He's going to throw it wide, right? If I'm this close, he's going to throw a tight hook. If I'm this wide, he's going to throw a far hook. So for the first one, he's going to throw the hook, and you're just going to step in and stuff. So this hand is technically hitting the face at the same time, and it's also protecting your head from that arm, and this one is hitting the bicep, right? So I step in. One more time. I'm here, and I just step. It's very important that I don't stay out here as he throws it, and just do this. This is still going to come crashing and hit my arm, my face. What I want to do is actually, with just this hand alone, hit into his bicep. I'm still protecting as I step in, so I'm really stuffing the arm. I'm driving through the arm right at him, and this damages his bicep because I'm hitting with the knife of my arm into this part of it, and you can feel it just off doing this. So if he does it light, throw a light punch, it doesn't hurt, but if you do it harder, you start feeling it. What it also does is if he had a weapon in his hand, like a bottle, I'm keeping it far enough away from my head that he wouldn't stab me. Right? If you could see here, the distance is quite far still. And here the distance is quite far from hitting me in the head. So even if this was a knife and I stuffed him, this hit could be to the eyes, the chin pushing him away, whatever. And this is still keeping the arm out of range to stab me or hit me. It also is very good against bigger guys who put a lot of power, once again, because you cut. So I'm taking my hand like a knife, and I'm here, and I'm going. And you can practice alone, even just by going boom, just exploding out. Just like that. And this hit, remember, is to the face at the same time, or even just checking the hand at the same time. And raise your shoulders to protect. Okay? The reason I like this one so much is because it sets up a lot. When he throws it, and I come right in, this hand is getting my clinch. I just hook his neck, so my hand goes from here to here. And it's very important that I don't stand. A lot of people, when they get a clinch, they stay face to face with the guy. I don't want to stay face to face with him. I want to circle, and that's what gives me the power to drive him down. I also take this hand, which knifed his arm, and I hook it also. So both my hands kind of go like this, and I use my forearm to twist. So I go from here to here. And if you look, when he throws it, I come in, this comes to here. Now as I circle, you can see that this part of my arm is lifting his arm as this drives him. And that's what sets up your knees and everything else from there, right? So when he throws it, I can come in, I circle, I drive, and that's where my knee comes in. Okay, I'll go over the next one. As he throws this one's very similar. It stuffs the arm. A lot of time when dealing with a hook, I don't want to stop the power here. I want to either stop it at the shoulder or the bicep, even the hip theoretically. Like if he threw a hook and I just dropped into his hip, he wouldn't be able to throw it because he would break his balance. So what we're going to do is this hand is going to come straight into the shoulder, and at the same time this one's going to protect. If he had a weapon in this hand, keep it away, because I never know if he has a knife and I don't see it and he throws that hook, and all I do is this. Might not be enough. So if he throws it, this will protect me. It will save my life. Okay, so it's just a stuff again, right? And I can still step into it when he throws it, and you really feel it, that jars your shoulder. As he throws it and I get to hear it, jars him. Okay, so it's just this hand position. So I'm here, and I'm here. And a lot of people say don't cross your arm because this is dangerous for your face, but it's not, because I'm still covered. And this is still an elbow, and it's still here, loading up to come across, right? So if he doesn't do anything from here, it loads up to come across. And if he does throw another punch from here, it goes right into that other block we just did a second ago, which brings me back to this clinch position, right? So come over here so it's on camera. Yeah. So from one, he throws the next one, and I'm right here. And if he does it even fast, boom, boom, it's very easy for me, and I get full control of him. Okay? I'll do it one more time on the other side, maybe it'll be more visible. So here, I just stuff. And it's very important I either hit the bicep or the shoulder. And this hand comes and protects my face. Okay? Then he throws the other one, and I open into it. It's like he'll really feel pressure on his arm right here as I whip open. Okay? I'll go over the most common block you see is people lifting their elbow up. Right? Especially in the UFC and everything, you see people lifting their elbow. And it's a really good block because if he throws it really fast and over time, I just check. You know, I'm just here and I can check, and it's easy just to stay out here and fight and just stay covered up. What becomes an issue is if all I do is keep it here, for one, I'm not advancing, I'm just covering up. When this elbow is really a great hit. If he throws that hook and I drive right in, I'm already hitting him here and stuffing this arm. Right? If that's my instinct to come in with the elbow, so instead of just lifting it, if I step in with it, so instead of just doing this, I do this, then I'm really going to get, let me make sure this is actually, yeah, it's getting, sorry. Okay, so if I step in and I check this hand, because no one can do this and this at the same time. They have to throw their hook and then another punch. Whether it's a straight punch or whatever, he still has to throw this before he can come in with this, which gives me the time to do both at the same time. Because if he's throwing that and I'm doing this at the same time, I'm stuffing this hand, this arm, and I'm hitting him all at the same time. Sorry, completely protected. The other thing about it is if he has a knife or a bottle and I do this, it's still crashing into my head. But if I step in, as you can see, it absorbs and lifts the power up. Completely different. Here, if he throws a hard one, throw it a little harder, it knocks me. You can throw it with your hand open even so it actually knocks me. You see it knocks me, but if he throws it here, it doesn't. It doesn't do anything. And this hand is still in a position to protect. If I'm here, he can now, I can't reach out here and stop it. This is too far. He can keep hitting, but if I'm here, he can't. So one more time here, and he throws that, is a bit of a problem. Here is not, and I'm still getting my hit. Okay, so just instead of just lifting up your elbow, step in with it and use this hand right away to check the other hand, or at least to stay tight and covered up, or to just come in right to his head and hit him, right? So if he, just right here, you can still hit, and this still stuffs his arm. That's just a good instinct to get, to drive in instead of just staying out in range. The whole point is to get close to the guy. And unfortunately on hooks, it's very, very hard to get to the outside unless you slip to the outside, which isn't a block, it's, you're actually just weaving. Which is another defense, but once again, if you can stuff it, it's very good because you get contact and you get control. I'm going to show another one. Okay, now this is a very interesting one. This is, if your hand's here and you don't have time, you just literally lift and turn and protect your head. See, my head is hidden now. Only thing that can get hit is the top part here, which is pretty hard, and my shoulders protect my temple. Also, I turn my hip and I let him push. The harder he hits, the power gets pushed through his arm into my arm into his face, right? It's kind of like a, this goes in, keep driving. You see, as he drives my own hand into his face. So I'm literally here, he just does it, and I can do it even with my hand open. I'm literally just driving my hand into his face. So it's not a straight motion. I'm not doing it as he throws.